There we are. Well done. And plenty of water when they first go in.
He happily mucked in this morning, but the Prime Minister has a problem.
Right, now hold on. We've got a bit of a gap here.
And it's not just a gap in the flower bed. David Cameron wants 30 hours of free childcare for all 3- and 4-year-olds. The nurseries say there's a gap in funding. They're provided a grant from local councils, but it's often not enough. And that shortfall in funding is passed on to parents. One parent tried to explain this to the PM.
I did mention the fact that 15 hours wasn't actually 15 hours, yeah.
What did he say?
Not a lot.
So
he expressed a little bit of surprise, I would say.
The cost of childcare for parents in the UK is one of the highest in the world because the government doesn't subsidise as much as other countries. David Cameron's now trying to address this, but even that won't be enough for many parents.
I wouldn't go back to work if what I earned just covered the childcare. I need to have some element of disposable income on top. Lots of mums will want to stay at home 5 days a week with their kids. I would quite like a mix of the two.
At a nursery the other side of London, no prime ministerial visits, but plenty to show off.
As you can see, children are now having their snack time, but on a Wednesday we have a yoga teacher come in.
The children here do yoga, outdoor trips, and staff get help paying for their own training and education.
So do you think the government understands the costs that you're having to bear?
Not at all. I don't think they understand any of them. We provide the funded children with lots of extras. We help our staff get through their qualifications. We fund it. We heavily invest in great new resources. And, you know, I don't really understand how the government thinks that on £4.20 an hour we can be doing all of this. It doesn't work.
This is the kind of policy that's difficult to argue against, investing in children, helping working parents. But there's a great deal of scepticism as to whether it's really been thought through.
Research for the Preschool Learning Alliance estimates the total cost to the industry will be approximately £1.95 billion per year. But current government funding is only £1.7 billion. And that means around £250 million is unaccounted for.
We represent 14,000 preschools, nurseries and childminders, and we're always getting contacted by settings saying, I won't be able to survive for another term on current funding levels. It really is at crisis point at the moment. If this funding is not addressed, the whole system could go into meltdown.
Some nurseries are even threatening to boycott the government's plans. And it's not the only family policy facing controversy. Today, Downing Street was also forced to deny there would be cuts to child benefit, at least for the next 5 years.